Welcome to the Things Conference 2021. What a different conference this is, Johan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
welcome.
welcome. So we're gonna. This is the opening keynote. We're gonna have all kinds of cool product announcements again, services, etc. And you sit back, relax, put it on full screen, like the button somewhere in the corner. Put on your headset and just let us guide you through all the latest and the greatest.
Right.
And enjoy. Anything you want to share with the audience, Jan? No? No, nothing specific.
Not for
Okay.
now.
No, just,
I have a lot to share.
you have a lot to share. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna kick this off. Welcome, and we have a massive lineup of speakers. We have more than 60 speakers. We have workshops. All the leaders in the industry are there. Wide range, technical, business, etc. So that's super cool. We have partners, all our long-term partners. These are our gold sponsors, and many companies in the ecosystem join us, and also a lot of new ones. It seems that the LoRaWAN ecosystem has grown massively.
It's growing, and I'll show you later.
You have more. You have more data. That's really nice. Thanks, Johan. And Johan, can you tell about like what can people do with devices?
All the devices. So if you have been to the Things Conference editions in the past years, you know the blue famous LoRaWAN of fame. We took that virtual, so we have now all these devices, again, where you can even interact with in a virtual way. So it's even better than the physical edition of the Things Conference. And we have a great lineup of speakers, like Winke said, and the content really goes from new features provided by the silicon to advanced data analytics in the cloud and everything in between, and products and service announcements from our partners and sponsors, and obviously also from us.
For sure. And if you're done learning, then we have 25 social islands for informal and business serendipity and networking. And it looks a bit like this. Yeah, you just log in. You will find the links on the platform. It's a lot of fun. We do this as a company actually quite regularly.
So at the end of the day, just get a cold beer from the fridge and join one of the islands.
Yeah.
And have a chat with the rest of the participants.
And we'll be there as well. So that's good. So the Things Network and the Things Industries can't stop, won't stop. 2020 has been a crazy year, but also it's been a crazy year for IoT. We see massive growth, right? So, of course, we started off with our physical conference. Crazy to think that 1 year ago, we were actually with 1,500 people in Amsterdam from 61 countries. Let's hope we have that next year. Probably we will have that. We celebrated our 5th anniversary. That was pretty nice. Time flies.
Yeah.
So, that goes fast. And again, we beat another world record. What was this again?
This was during the virtual conference, from a weather balloon from our friends in the middle of the Netherlands, Things Network community. And this weather balloon was at, I think, around 36 kilometers and reached the gateway in Czech Republic. 832 kilometers, which is actually almost the physical limit of LoRa. So let's see if somebody can beat this.
This we year. Still 2021 is up for a challenge. So we've seen widely in the LoRaWAN ecosystem a massive growth. These are our gateways. Every year we share. What do we see here, Johan?
These are gateways, the compound set of gateways connected to the Things Network community network, as well as the Things Industries private networks. It's nice, really good growth that we see time over time, and it also is challenging and really fun for us to see the growth and to see the engineering that we need to do in our team to make sure that we can route all the packets.
Yeah, yeah, and we've seen also a continuous growth in interest from developers, right? And if you look at that, we expect in the world there's around 25 million developers that can deliver production code. You see that there's just this magic around IoT, and this is just ever interesting for developers. And these two actually form the ingredients to what's next, right? So the amount of devices now is even going at a faster pace, and you see really the pickup, and it makes a lot of sense. We all know that IoT is hard. We all know that building an application is hard, but once you have a success and you can scale that, the amount of devices goes through the roof, and we're nearing already at this point around 800,000 devices that we have on the network, and all these devices, they generate data, right?
And they route a lot of traffic, and that is actually where we see the steepest growth. That is the number of messages that are being sent by all these devices per second. So we are now reaching 600 messages per second. It's really hard to imagine how many that is. But those are installed devices, right? So those are devices. So you saw the number of developers and a number of gateways and the number of registered devices, but they can also be somewhere in the supply chain. But this is really the number of messages that are being sent by devices that are out there in the field. Yeah. And see also how many devices and how much this volume increased in 2020, a year which was for a lot of people and companies pretty challenging.
Yeah. And challenge supply chains, etc. So this is just very interesting. And just said this is end-to-end application data streaming.
These are no forecasts. This is just reflection.
Yeah, this is indeed. Yeah, that's good to mention here as well. So.
And to make that all work, and to make sure that we can keep routing the traffic, we need our stack, and we need the thing stack, and I'll tell a little bit more about that later. And this shows you the amount of lines that we wrote and that are open source. It starts from 2016 when we had a really simple and small open source stack. And the last few years, and you see that in 2019, we fully focused on V3, the thing stack V3. We passed 300,000 lines of code, so that's no blank lines, no comments, no dependencies, no generated code. It's just purely handwritten code by our team, which is available for the open source community. And we use that also to as an engine to route all the traffic and to connect all the gateways.